I am an 18-year-old female from a low-income family. Throughout high school, I have been working part-time to help support my family. While it is not our sole source of income, it is a significant contribution since my mother is an illegal immigrant and can only work under the table, and even then, only part-time. I was fortunate enough to be accepted into a top college for computer science, and due to our financial situation, I received a full scholarship. This includes tuition, room and board, and other expenses. This opportunity is not based on my academic performance and is guaranteed for as long as I attend. It is an incredible opportunity that allows me to attend a top college for free and opens up many possibilities for my future. However, the college is located across the country from where I currently live. My mother is begging me not to go, and my younger sister is not old enough to work for a few more years. My mother does not make much money, so if I were to leave and stop supporting the family, their standard of living would be even worse. I have promised to continue working until the end of the summer, but I have to go. While my decision may cause financial struggles for my family in the short term, not going would hurt us in the long run. Going to college gives me the opportunity to make a lot of money in a few years, which can be more beneficial than me working minimum wage as a high school graduate. And if I'm being honest, I want to go. I want to learn and live a completely different life from my mother's. I want to achieve greatness. So I have made the decision to go for both selfless and selfish reasons. I know it will be difficult for my mother and sister, but they will find a way to survive. I will be working full-time over the summer instead of just part-time, so that should provide some extra support for them. In 2 years, my sister will also be able to work, so I'm confident that they will be able to make it. My mother believes I am being incredibly selfish for leaving her and my younger sister to struggle, and even my sister has expressed that their lives will be much harder without me there. This does make me feel guilty, but I also fear that if I give up this opportunity now, I will end up in the same position as my mother, without the chance to change everything. Am I being selfish? Am I an idiot? I want to clarify that my mother is not lazy. She is still traumatized from my father's death, which happened 4 years ago. At that time, my father was alive and working, providing a significant portion of our income. I am not an idiot for wanting to go to college and make a better life for myself. As a parent, I am disappointed that another parent would even consider taking away such a valuable opportunity. Unfortunately, some parents want to keep their children tied to them forever. But I deserve a better future, and I am determined to make it happen. I am still young, and it is not my responsibility to figure out how my family will survive. I have a solid plan in place to support them, and I am confident that they will be able to make it through this difficult time. Your mom may want you to get a full-time job or check out your local library for assistance resources. She's in the wrong for trying to parentify you. I agree. There are 100 ways your mom can make ends meet. You're just the most convenient. Your mom can work more, find a better paying job, get help from charities. She can even find a partner to share the burden. In my experience, giving in to an unreasonable demand creates nothing but pain for everyone involved. I think this is generational poverty. Opie's mom is clouded by survival instincts, not the traditional expectation that my kids should stay with me until they are married. Her dad has passed away too, which means they don't have that expected income. I'm sure the mom assumed he would be there when OP left for college. It is possible to get good grades and still not have an amazing job. The best thing to do is to pursue something that offers decent job security. IT isn't as secure as people think, as evidenced by recent layoffs in big tech companies. OP have realistic expectations of what your major will pay, and you are the one at fault. You don't seem to be working with your family. Can you find a local organization to help your family? Can you take a gap year and still receive the scholarship next year? A gap year? What? OP, point out to your mom that you have a free ride now, and in a few short years, you can support her financially, much better with an amazing career. Or you can be incredibly short-sighted, not go, and lose all of that, and end up working in a low-paying job indefinitely. While other universities may be good, the benefits of attending a top-tier university can greatly impact your future earning potential. Usually, you start at a higher salary, and your salary will continue to increase from there. You'll also have access to more prestigious places and job opportunities. And yes, it's unfortunate for those who don't have this opportunity, but if anyone should take advantage of this privilege, it's you. My son and his partner, both in their early 40s, were married on Friday. They decided to have a simple courthouse wedding with only a select few close family members in attendance, followed by a backyard barbecue reception at their home with more friends and extended family invited. Leading up to their event, I had misplaced the date a couple of times, as my phone calendar has been acting up and not syncing with my computer, which was the device I used to input their wedding. Due to this, there were a few instances where I accidentally made other plans for this weekend before being corrected. Erroneously, I responded that I had forgotten about their small barbecue gathering and that I would change my other plans. Again, my phone calendar has not been syncing with my computer. Additionally, unlike with my daughter's wedding, where I was very organized and had everything planned out, I have been having some technical difficulties with my phone calendar. I was very involved in my son and his partner's wedding planning. They wanted everything to be understated and simple, so I had no involvement in the process. They have been partners for close to 20 years, and I consider them to be basically married. However, after the event, my daughter told me that she didn't like the way I spoke about the wedding or reception. Specifically, she didn't appreciate me referring to their celebration as a barbecue. Since my divorce from their father, it seems that all the blame falls on me in my children's eyes. I was not aware of any offense, but my son never communicates when he is upset and often ignores me. I am still unsure of what social faux pas I may have made with the younger crowd, if any. My family in particular can be insensitive. I will apologize to my son if I have caused any offense. You are the one at fault here. Your son was getting married, and you needed a calendar to remind you of the date. Can't you see that the issue is not just about semantics? You repeatedly forgot the date of their wedding and even referred to it as a little barbecue. You could have simply written it on a post-it note and put it on the fridge if you were having technical difficulties. Your last paragraph shows a lack of understanding and empathy. You claim that everything you do is wrong since your divorce, and you don't understand what faux pas you may have made with the younger generation. It doesn't matter if they are young or old, no one wants their significant life milestones to be belittled and called a little barbecue get-together. I am sure you are aware of this, but you are too self-centered to admit your mistake. I cannot comprehend why your son distanced himself from you, OP. You come across as a victim, not a mother. You know that it was not just a little barbecue get-together, it was their wedding reception. And you should not have forgotten the date. Your behavior seems passive-aggressive because you were not involved in the planning. Apologize and do better. This whole situation reeks of resentment. Update: I will, of course, reach out to my son, but I cannot read his mind or anticipate his reactions. In this aspect, he takes after his father. He would rather spend time in his workshop than have a conversation with me. Emotions are not a strong suit in my ex's family. And they could have easily afforded a beautiful ceremony, venue, and catering for the entire event, making decent money, and my son does well for himself as well. I would understand if their options were limited due to finances. They just didn't care enough to make the day nice. Who has a barbecue in the winter in the rain? Just silly. At least it ended up decently nice on a Friday, only mild showers and sun peeking through the clouds occasionally. Still too cold for me, so like everyone else, I spent most of my time indoors. My use of the word little was not meant as condescending, but rather to denote the size, as they only invited around 25 guests total. Beyond that, it was a barbecue. If I were a shallow person, I would say I hit the jackpot. I 100% hit the jackpot, but not for the reason you might think. I met a young woman, Claire, through my sister last year. They went to college together, and they're good friends. I thought she was incredibly beautiful when I saw her, but I was trying my best not to be the creepy older brother hitting on his little sister's friend. We talked briefly and I asked her about her work since graduating. She gave me a weird look, but told me about working in the medical field. I thought it was very interesting from the sounds of it. After they left, my dad made fun of me for not asking her out. My sister called me last January out of the blue and said I was probably good to contact her friend and ask her out. She said she even put in a good word for me and that I was going to need it. So I started talking to Claire and we went out for lunch. She is very beautiful, as I said. She's also very smart and driven. She has her future all planned out. I jokingly said I was interested in being a part of that future. She said my sister had already half convinced her that I was a good idea. We had a few more dates, and then we made it official. It's been over a year since our first date, and my family loves her. And my friends all think I've lucked into the greatest relationship ever. Anyways, the party. Whenever I talk about Claire, I mention her work. She studied child psychology and is working on her master's. See? Smart. I love bragging all about how she's making the world a better place. At the party, my friends started joking around about her being able to make more money as a model or something. I told my friend he was being an idiot talking about her looks and that he should drop it. He did not. He even started making Beauty and the Beast comments. He was rude, but never vulgar, just rude. He wouldn't drop it. He may have even been a little jealous and had been drinking. She finally went on her phone and showed him some pictures of herself in the uniform from the job she does for fun. She's a cheerleader for a sports team. She then told him how little the job pays. She spent time explaining to him that she competed in cheer in college and it was a hard sport and that she only auditioned for the professional squad. Because they work closely with children's charities, she mentioned how little she was paid for cheerleading, which I didn't know. Finally, she expressed frustration with people like him, who only see her for her looks. He got embarrassed and left. Later, he called me and called me an idiot for not telling him I was dating a cheerleader. I clarified that I am actually dating Claire, a woman who is on her way to becoming a child psychologist. He said I should have told him so he wouldn't have been so superficial about her looks. However, it's not my place to disclose personal information about others. He's angry at me for not telling him, and upset with her for telling him publicly. In my opinion, he was behaving like an idiot and should have dropped the issue when I asked him to. He's being very shallow. This woman has hidden depths and deserves respect. Our friend insulted both you and your girlfriend. Instead of worrying about his hurt feelings, focus on finding new friends and ensuring that you and your girlfriend don't have to deal with this kind of nonsense in the future. And just to be clear, your so-called friend seems to be trying to create problems between the two of you in a transparent and desperate attempt to win over your girlfriend. I'm not sure what kind of bizarre world he thinks he's living in, but if he's demanding an apology from you, it's probably best to limit contact with him. Oh, and congratulations on winning the lottery. I am an art teacher at a school in a small town. Recently, a new student joined my class. He had previously been homeschooled, but begged his parents to let him attend a regular school with his friends. He's a great kid and has already fit in well with the class. He does excellent work. My only issue with him is that he doesn't ask for permission to leave the classroom when he needs to use the bathroom. While I am not a strict teacher, the administration has a policy that students must remain in the classroom during class periods. I asked his parents to come in so we could discuss this and find a solution together. They seemed like nice people, but when they saw a photo of myself and my husband on my desk, they asked who it was. I was honest and told them it was my husband. This had never been an issue before. However, they later called the school to report me for inappropriate behavior in the classroom. Just to clarify, I do not discuss my personal life in class. I am there to teach, not preach. The administration supports me on this, but they have started sending rude emails to my school-provided account. I want to respect their wishes for privacy, but their behavior is becoming unacceptable. The parents wish that their child was not exposed to my lifestyle. I may be in the wrong here because, as good of a student as he is, I no longer feel comfortable with him in my class. He loves art class, and there are no other art teachers at the school, so he would be removed from the course entirely, which I know is not fair to him. But it is also not fair to me to be called names and accused of corrupting innocent minds with my lifestyle. He is a good kid and loves art class. It is his favorite, and he has real talent, especially for a younger child. And it is not his fault. They have requested that I be fired and replaced. I am not the one at fault here. I would also want to distance myself from such parents. But unfortunately, the only person who will truly be affected by their behavior is their child. I do not see how having a picture of myself with my husband is wrong unless we are naked on a bed together. They are not gonna fire me, so I should have fun with this. For the next class project, they can all paint rainbows. This will bother the parents more than having their child continue to be exposed to my lifestyle. And I can set an excellent example for him by showing him that gay people are no different than straight people. This kid needs good role models. He was homeschooled and begged his parents to let him go to a normal school. Now, parents want him kicked out of the art class and will likely try to get him removed from other classes for other reasons. This means he will have to go back to being homeschooled because he cannot attend enough normal school classes to graduate. So, have you ever wondered why he was homeschooled in the first place? Many parents homeschool their kids to keep them from being exposed to anything they disapprove of. OP, there is a real danger that the parent's behavior could affect your career and livelihood. Of course, you do not want to punish a child, but if given the choice between your career and a child being in your class, there is nothing wrong with protecting yourself. I would not want to be in an environment where I am being degraded like that either. And if you choose to have this child removed, I cannot blame you. Update: my husband and I have talked it over and decided to move after the school year. We are going to a place that is more accepting. Thank you, everyone. I am a 29-year-old woman with a 26-year-old pregnant sister who recently had a baby shower. She had a registry of items she needed, but I did not purchase anything from it. Instead, I ordered custom onesies with my niece's name on them and a changing pad. I do not have much money because I have a geriatric dog who is expensive to care for. I thought the gift I gave was cute and meaningful, and I assumed she would also receive many other gifts. However, after the baby shower, my sister pulled me aside and asked why I did not choose anything from her registry. I explained that I saw those items and thought they were cute, and the registry is just a suggestion. My sister got annoyed and said that the registry is for items they actually need, and that I gave her useless things, then walked away. I guess she talked to my mom because my mom also told me that I should have just picked something from the registry because I know how my sister is and it would have helped her out. I am now upset because I was excited about my gift and was not aware that the registry was so important. As someone who received 3 vacuum cleaners at my bridal shower because people did not bother to look at the registry, I also hate when people go off on their own. Showers are meant for people to receive what they need, not what someone else thinks they should want. I agree with you. I just had a baby shower, and the majority of people did not buy from the registry, which was frustrating because we put a lot of time into choosing those items and they were all things we really needed. Instead, we now have 100 sets of onesies in sizes 0 to 3, which we will never have enough time to wear. We also received duplicates of things we already had, and not one gift came with a gift receipt. The only appropriate response to a gift is a simple thank you. I would never dream of saying anything to anyone about their choice to gift us the things that we need. We are extremely grateful that everyone loved us enough to attend, let alone want to gift us anything in the first place. Your sister's behavior is extremely ungrateful and rude. You are not the idiot. A registry is simply a suggestion, and gifts should be given freely and accepted graciously. Please stop acting entitled. It makes me wonder if I have dropped into an alien planet. I do not know when registries stopped being a way to let people know what you would like and started being a requirement, but it is obnoxious.